The Sealed Ones. A Revelation 7 story. The wind had ceased. The earth stood still, as though creation itself held its breath. From the four corners of the world, mighty angels stood poised, their hands stretched over the seas and the lands, restraining the tempests of judgment. The sky shimmered with a holy silence, and in that stillness, the voice of the Almighty thundered, not in wrath but in mercy. Do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of our God on their foreheads. From the east, a radiant angel ascended, bearing the seal of the living God. His light pierced through the shadows of despair that had covered the nations. He moved with purpose, his presence commanding reverence. The chosen were gathered, men and women from every tribe of Israel, their hearts trembling yet steadfast. One by one, the seal was pressed upon them, a mark not of fear, but of belonging. Heaven itself bore witness as 144,000 souls were claimed by divine promise. But beyond the mountains and across the oceans, another multitude began to rise, so vast that no one could number them. They came from every nation, every language, every people. Their garments were white, washed in the blood of the Lamb. They carried no weapons, no banners of war, only palm branches, symbols of victory and peace. Their voices rose like the sound of many waters, echoing through eternity. Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne, and to the Lamb. The heavens erupted in worship. Angels fell upon their faces, elders bowed low, and all creation joined in a chorus that shook the foundations of the universe. The light of God's glory filled every corner of existence, and for the first time since the beginning, there was no shadow left to hide in. Among the multitude stood a young woman who had once doubted that God could see her. She had lived through famine, war, and loss, her faith battered by the storms of life. Yet now, standing before the throne, she felt the warmth of his presence wrap around her like sunlight after endless night. Tears streamed down her face, not of sorrow but of awe. Every question she had ever asked was answered in that single moment of divine reality. Then one of the elders turned and spoke, his voice gentle yet filled with authority. These are the ones who have come out of great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore, they are before the throne of God, and he will shelter them with his presence. The woman lifted her eyes and saw the Lamb, radiant, scarred, victorious. His gaze met hers, and she knew beyond all doubt that he was real. Not a story, not a symbol, but the living God who had walked among men, who had borne their pain, and who now reigned forever. No hunger, no thirst, no tears, only the eternal light of his love. And as the multitude sang, the heavens opened wider, revealing a glory that words could never contain. The Lamb stood at the center of the throne, and from him flowed life unending. The redeemed bowed in worship, their voices blending with the angels in a song that would never fade. God was not distant. He was here, alive, reigning, and real beyond imagination.